everybody, welcome to the real United States, and today we want to talk about independent cities. Now, in the United States, we have a rather standard division of governmental units, of course, with the federal government at the top, and then 50 state units. And those states, most of them, are divided into counties, with the exceptions of like Alaska, which is boroughs, and Louisiana, which is parishes. And then counties are then divided into townships, and then of course municipalities such as cities, towns, villages fall inside of those. Well, we have a few exceptions. In the United States, we have 41 independent cities. Now, 38 of those actually are in the state of Virginia. And the remaining 3 are Carson City, Nevada, St. Louis, Missouri is an independent city. And the largest of the 41 independent cities is right here in Baltimore, Maryland. Now, what makes these municipalities different is that instead of being under the jurisdiction of a county, they are an independent governmental agency directly under the state level. They don't report to, nor are they part of any county. Now, Baltimore, like I say, is the largest of them, which is why we're here, that and because it's convenient for us. But it's the largest, and it was created by the state's constitution. So it wasn't created out of a charter or some other kind of way granted by a county. It was created under the state's constitution. And that is, from my understanding, the way that all 41 of these came into existence. Now, the reason the majority of them are in the Commonwealth of Virginia is because after the Civil War, there was a new constitution issued. I believe it was 1871 that it became law in the state of Virginia. And anything that had city in the name became an independent entity outside of the county. So instead of having to be subservient to the county, they were independent and reported directly to the state government. So if you were looking up places like Alexandria, Falls Church, Fredericksburg, Charlotte, and Virginia, you're just going to say it's an independent city. Well, that's what it means. It means that it is not part of any surrounding county. So there's good and bad to that, I suppose. Usually they will have, especially in larger communities, their own school system that's not shared with the county. And of course, their own Department of Public Works, road service, and those things are all independent of the county. So, like I say, it can be good or bad depending on one's point of view, but it is what it is. And they are all created because of the state's constitution. Now you're thinking, well, wait a minute, Paul, you're missing one. There's Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is not an independent city. In fact, it's not technically a city at all. It's a district. And it was created by an act of the federal Congress. And it falls under the jurisdiction of the United States Congress. So it is not technically an independent city in the way that we legally define independent cities here in the United States. So anyway, welcome to Baltimore, Maryland. Downtown, beautiful vista of the center of Inner Harbor. We're actually standing on top of what's called Federal Hill, and we will be back here when it isn't raining and miserable and cold, and Beverly and I are not dying of frostbite. To tell you more about Federal Hill, how it got its name, how it came to be, and some of the features here. There's some pretty cool statuary here that I'm going to want to talk about. You know that, you know me. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us here on the real United States in Baltimore, Maryland, the largest of the independent cities here in the United States. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you got questions or comments, leave in the comments section down below. I love hearing from all of you. I try to get back to everybody I can. If you're new here, hey, fix subscribe, come along for the adventure because we got lots more to show you. And as always, folks, well, thank you for watching.